Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Sonic merchandise video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Shadow the Hedgehog from the SEGA Prize Europe plush range. So these are actually a new plush set that's come out, depending on when you're watching this video. They've only actually been out a few months. They come in a plush set range of 5 characters, obviously Shadow being one of them. The others are Sonic, Tails, Knuckles and Amy. I'll come on to those other characters in a bit. But starting us off here with Shadow the Hedgehog, I'd actually say these are pretty well made plushes for the price that they are. Now they retail at around $13.99, that's in pounds. So that'll probably be around $20 or so if you're watching this in America. So for what you're getting, they're pretty good plushes. I'm going to start us off looking at him right here. So in terms of accuracy, he may be a little bit off compared to what his actual character looks like. But for the price range that these characters are, I'd say they're pretty well worth it. So I'm going to start off looking at him here. We've got his eyes right here, and his eyes are actually stitched, which is always a nice touch on Sonic plushes. They seem to look, stitched eyes I think have a much better looking appeal as opposed to those velvety looking eyes that you get on the cheaper range looking plushes, like the Toy Network or the Kelly Toy ones. And also they're not as easy to damage as the plastic eyes that you get on plushes also. But yeah, this is him. His hands are actually really good for a plush, I'd say. Although they're accurately small compared to what his actual character is, they are actually really well done because each finger is actually individually stuffed, as well as the thumb, and you can actually make it out looking like a hand. I mean, most plushes that you'll see are sort of the whole hand will be stuffed, and then they'll use a bit of cotton string to sort of over the hand to make it look like a finger, but it sort of looks more like a flower than anything. As an example, I've got a Amy plush here. As you can see, that's what that sort of version looks like. So his hands are actually, I think, really well done. Obviously he's got his gold ring there and his red tint on the back there, and pretty hard to see, but he also does have his red stripe on his arm there, sort of a little bit covered up. So he is pretty small compared in terms of accuracy, but it sort of makes him look a bit like a chibi style plush. Maybe a bit too cute for what Shadow actually is. Ears are pretty good, they're pretty well stuffed, nice and firm. And you got his mouth there, stitched on. And his little bit of chest fur, which is probably, I'd say, is a bit too small compared to the actual character, but the same goes for his other arm, same thing. And his feet, which are pretty nice looking. From that angle there you can see. His head is actually quite big. I'm going to show you right there looking like that. You see that? That is actually quite big. I think he's actually the tallest out of this plush range set out of the other characters, mostly for his very big spikes. If I lay him down on his front, have a little better look at his spikes. You can see they're really nice tint of red there, and they're actually really firmly stuffed. They've really firmly stuffed these spikes, so they ain't gonna like flap or flop around. They're actually like gonna stay in that position. And his tail there. His tail doesn't actually feel really stuffed. It feels like there's more like there's air in there than anything. His body feels like it's stuffed with those little balls you get in plushes. So it makes it a lot firmer. The back part of it feels like that anyway, the front doesn't. So it's only that part that's got the ball stuffings in it. His head doesn't. So he ranges at around, well, his height range is about 13 inches. So he's reasonably sized. From top to bottom, he's about 13 inches. I'll go start with the tush tag at the back to show you a little bit. So obviously there you have the Sonic the Hedgehog logo, SEGA underneath it. SEGA Prize Europe there. And I believe that's the address for them underneath. And a load of foreign instructions. Same on the other side too. Now his actual tag is actually really good, I think, for a Sonic plush. It's really detailed. He actually has 2 tags on here, as you can see. Starting with the first one, it's actually more like a bio for the character. So actually we open it. So we have, as you can see, we've got the Shadow the Hedgehog and a picture. You've got full name Shadow the Hedgehog and short name, I don't know why, obviously Shadow. And it's got his height, weight and age, which for some reason says unknown. Yet it's stated in other official SEGA medias that he's actually 50 years old. Because obviously he was frozen and reactivated by Dr. Eggman. So I don't know whether that's just SEGA Prize aren't that knowledgeable on the Sonic universe, or maybe SEGA has changed the story again or something, I don't know. And right in there is just a bit of a bio on his powers. And on the back. And the second tag is actually showing you the other characters in this set. As you can see there. Oops. Something to say is that I'd say these are sort of remakes or redones of a plush range that SEGA Prize Europe released about 10 years ago. Now SEGA Prize Europe actually released a set of 5 characters 10 years ago in sort of promotion with Sonic X at the time. And they are very similar looking to what these plushes are. So the ones that are at now are kind of like remakes of the old ones. If you look carefully, you can actually see the older version of Shadow, of the old version of the SEGA Prize Europe plush. That is him there. Although the old ones did have 2 sizes for the plushes. They had a small and a large. That is actually the small one you're looking at there. Whereas the ones that are at now, I believe there is only 1 size of them. The differences that they've made with these plushes is they are much better stuffed. The most notable difference is probably the eyes. As the old eyes, they used the plastic stick-on eye design. These ones are stitched, as you can obviously see. And the overall material for the actual plush has completely changed too. The other one had a more fluffier appeal to it, whereas this one's more of a smoother, I would say better looking design too. However, in regards to Shadow, there is one flaw which they haven't corrected, and that is his shoes. As you can see there, his shoes are still the same, flawed. They don't actually have the booster, the booster that he has on the bottom of his shoes. As an example, I shall show you the Sonic X Volume 2 Shadow plush. That is what the bottoms of his shoes should look like. But overall, I'd say he's a very good looking plush, especially for the price that he is. Aside from obviously a couple of flaws and accuracy things, I'll still say he's definitely worth it. They're pretty easy to get if you live in the Europe area. They're really easy to get on either shopping sites on the internet or even eBay. They're quite easy to come across. And they're also quite common to find in the arcade areas in the UFO grabber machines on like piers and giant arcade places. I don't think they're that easy to obtain for American people, so that might be something you might want to check eBay out for that. Just watch out for the PMP charges on it, so you don't get ripped off. But for the prices that these plushes are, I would say they're pretty well done, and I'd recommend it. They look nice in display cabinets, or if you have them on a shelf. They don't have that horrible cheapy looking design that you get with the Toy Network or the Kelly Toy ones. So if you was to get the whole set, you're talking just over 60 quid, I suppose, if you was to get them all. $30.99 each. I only have the Sonic in this set. I do have yet to obtain the other characters, which I probably will at some point, and I'll get along to a review for Sonic. But overall, that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I appreciate, as always, any thumbs up, comments and subscribes, and I shall see you guys soon with another Sonic merchandise video.